Welcome to Fantasy Audiobook. Job transfer for all. The school bell becomes my summon. Chapter 11. The main monsters on this floor include yellow sand beetles, yellow sand statues, and sand city guards. The yellow sand beetles are faster and larger in number, and they will have more experience in killing them. Our main target is them. The yellow sand statue won't take the initiative to attack us, but the thing has high defense and doesn't have much more experience than the yellow sand beetle, so we don't attack it. The sand city guards are relatively rare on the first floor, and they are difficult to deal with, but they have more experience, so they can do it when they see them. However, you don't have attack skills, so just leave these to me. You just need to protect yourself. After entering the first floor of the underground palace, Ning briefly explained the main monsters here to Linu. The internal structure of the first floor of the underground palace is relatively simple. It is a huge corridor with a back-shaped structure, connecting many caves and dilapidated rooms. After entering the underground palace, there are more people around than in the adventurer camp. From time to time, can you see adventurers fighting and leveling in the distance, and occasionally you can hear the sound of fighting. However, despite the many adventurers, but in the A-level secret realm, there are more monsters, and there is no need for the levelers to fight each other. If it's like an E or F level secret realm, I'm afraid there are so many people, and they'd all have their heads smashed if they saw a monster. Not long after walking on the corridor, Ning and Linu met a khaki beetle half as tall as a person at the entrance of a medium-sized cave. This is naturally the most numerous monster on the first floor of the underground palace, the yellow sand beetle. The yellow sand beetle turned to the two of them, made a clicking sound, and rushed towards the two of them quickly. Linu tactfully retreated behind Ning. Although his panel attributes are not low, but there is no need for him to act now. Coincidentally, Linu also wanted to see what kind of skill Ning Sacred Light and Holy Flame was. Divine Light and Holy Flame. Create and release a powerful flame by continuously consuming mana. It can be released directly or attached to the weapon to cause damage to the enemy. Close black lens bracket. After the skills were shared, Linu could also see the skill descriptions of the Holy Light and Holy Flame. But this skill description is a bit too ambiguous. Since Angel of Light is still a hidden profession, there are too few skill samples about it. So Linu decided to see for himself what kind of skill this is. And Ning over there has also taken out the weapon she prepared in advance. A standard 7-foot sword. Divine Light and Holy Flame. With the activation of Ning Shui's skills, a gorgeous flame ignited on the long sword made of steel, and a holy light danced in the flame. Ning swung the flaming long sword, and slashed at the yellow sand beetle that was half as tall as a man. The yellow sand beetle that was moving rapidly towards the two of them was split on the carapace by Ning and she screamed in pain instantly. As it approached, Ning slashed down with her sword again, and the flames swept across its whole body, burning it to death. Ning put away her long sword calmly, and Linu was also quite shocked. A yellow sand beetle was wiped out with 2 swords. What a powerful skill, as expected of the initial skill of a hidden job. Thinking of this, Linu's heart became a little hot. This skill can not only be used by Ning herself, he can use it too. On the other side, although Ning remained calm about the power of her skills, but the prompt that popped up next made Ning eyes twitch uncontrollably. The yellow sand beetle LV-12 has been killed. Close black lens bracket. Get 500 experience points. Close black lens bracket. It's really 5 times the experience. You know, to upgrade from level 10 to level 11, you only need 10,000 experience points. In other words, I only need to kill 20 yellow sand beetles to level up. And with the attribute blessing provided by Linu, it took less than a minute to kill one just now. Divine Light and Holy Flame is not a high consumption skill. In other words, if a location with many monsters can be found, then Ning understood that she might be able to advance to a level in less than half an hour. She looked at Linu, and her eyes became more appreciative again. With Linu's support, his upgrade speed will probably be terrifying. Thinking of this, Ning also made up her mind. She took out a long knife from her adventurer backpack and handed it to Linu. You take self-defense. Let's go deeper and where the monsters are denser. Lin Yu naturally had no opinion on this. At the same time, he thought for a while and spoke. If there are more monsters, maybe I can also fight with you. With the skill, experience multiplication, for Lin Yu and Ning Shuier. In order to maximize the benefits, if there are limited monsters. Naturally, it would be better for Ning Shuier to clean up all the monsters. After all, the experience points gained by Ning Shuier will be shared with Lin Yu. The experience points Lin Yu gained will not be shared with Ning Shuier. But if there are too many monsters that exceed Ning Shuier's cleaning efficiency, then Lin Yu will naturally not lose money if he makes a move. Ning Shuier is very smart. When she heard what Lin Yu said, she instantly understood what he meant. She nodded and agreed. Yes, but be careful. After all, after Lin Yu's leveling up, her skills improved, which was equivalent to the improvement of her strength. But even though she agreed, Ning Shuier was not very optimistic about Lin Yu. Although Lin Yu's auxiliary halo is very strong, but the summoner is a summoner after all. There is no offensive skill, and the summoner is a legal profession. The basic attack attributes are not particularly high, and the damage of ordinary attacks is only average. His efficiency in killing monsters might not be too high. Although human beings have not yet fully controlled the A-level secret realm of Sand City Underground Palace. But judging from the fact that each family and faction dared to put their own geniuses in for leveling, at least the outer area of the Sand City Underground Palace has been explored almost. Where there are more monsters, like the Ning family, Ning Shuier was naturally informed. Soon, Ning Shuier brought Lin Yu to the middle of the corridor on the first floor. Here lies a broken door. After passing through the gate, you came to a place like a huge courtyard. Here, you can vaguely see many broken walls buried by yellow sand. The number of monsters is also several times more than outside. Slowly moving statues wandered inside, obviously the yellow sand statue that Ning Shuier mentioned earlier. At the other end of the courtyard, there are a huge number of yellow sand beetles, continuously drilling out of the holes in the wall. There may be nearly 100 of them wandering in the courtyard alone. Even though there are more than a dozen adventurers here leveling up, the number of monsters is still only increasing. You know, most of the people who come here to level up are adventurers who are very confident in themselves. After all, if you can't deal with the sand beetle fast enough, or if you don't have enough speed to pull the sand beetle, it is very likely that you will fall into the situation of being besieged by multiple beetles. However, Lin Yu took a look. It takes at least 10 minutes for most people to solve a yellow sand beetle. After all, the carapace on the outside of the yellow sand beetle is very difficult to break through directly. Even if it is thrown by a spell, the damage it can cause is limited. After all, it's a monster from an A-level secret realm. Even if the high-level professional adventurers are awakened, it is not easy to deal with them. This also reflects how powerful the skill, Sacred Light and Holy Flame, is. You know, when Ning Shuier slashed up just now, she was killed with 2 swords. Therefore, Ning Shuier didn't hesitate too much, and walked directly to the place where the yellow sand beetles gathered. Lin Yu followed closely behind. The other people who were leveling here also looked at Ning Shuier and Lin Yu with surprised expressions. Idiot, you actually chose the place where the yellow sand beetles gather. Didn't the elders of these 2 young people teach them the correct way to level up? A warrior in heavy armor showed a surprised expression. Walking into the crowd of monsters so ostentatiously, it is a dead end. His profession is an advanced heavy armored fighter, good at defense. Even he didn't have the confidence to withstand the beating of a group of yellow sand beetles at the same time. After all, those who come here to level up must be awakened people who have just awakened their professions and are in their early teens. Many of the rest of the people had similar ideas. However, there were also a few people who recognized Ning Shuier. That's the genius of Zhang Chungning's family. I heard that the awakened one is Holy Light Angel. Maybe the initial skill is area damage, or is it very resistant? To be able to obtain the qualification to enter the secret realm of Sand City Underground Palace, and to come here to practice leveling as soon as you wake up. Most of them are elites from big families, or top students who have awakened powerful careers in top high schools. Those top family geniuses in other cities, like Bai Yuqing, recognized Ning Shuier, who was already very handsome. They also heard about Ning Shui's awakening of her hidden profession. Ning Shui in the future is very likely to become their opponent or partner, so these people also paid some attention to Ning Shui's movements while killing monsters. Many people also noticed Lin Yu beside Ning Shui. Since Ning Shui dared to walk directly into the pile of monsters, maybe the kid next to her is a specialized meat shield character. No, I remember, there were rumors that Ning Shui insisted on bringing her good-for-nothing boyfriend in, and even got into an argument with her family because of this. I've also heard that her boyfriend seems to be a summoner. It looks pretty handsome, but, this kind of trash dares to come in, isn't it really afraid of death? Conversations like this happen constantly in many teams that come together in groups of 3s and 2s. And over there, Ning Shui also moved. Going deep into the siege of yellow sand beetles, she and Lin Yu had already alarmed many yellow sand beetles. There are about 7 or 8 yellow sand beetles around, and they have already surrounded them. Ning Shui didn't hesitate either, and directly turned on the sacred light and holy flame to ignite the flame for her weapon. Then, crack, crack, the sound of the flaming long sword waving instantly attracted everyone's attention. Ning Shui's movements are simple and elegant, but her power is astonishing. It took away a yellow sand beetle twice, which also surprised the onlookers. Is this a hidden profession? It's no wonder she's so confident. It's not because she has area damage skills or anti-damage skills, or she just kills fast. With a few moves of raising the sword and dancing the blue flames, 6 of the first 8 yellow sand beetles rushing over were wiped out. Didn't she just awaken? The combat power is so terrifying. No wonder you have the confidence to bring her useless boyfriend in alone. Hiding your career is capital. Ning Shui's efficiency instantly shocked the people around her. Is this the angel of light? As expected of an all-around career with no shortcomings. I heard that this profession even gets more outrageous as it gets to the later stage. Really, this B career is even more outrageous in the later stage. Something is wrong. Otherwise, why are they the strongest group among hidden professions? Even if the people around are a group of geniuses from top families. I am very confident in my own strength and talent. Seeing Ning Shui at this moment, I couldn't help being a little envious. In a team of 4, a handsome young man in a white robe couldn't help sighing. Unexpectedly, this generation of the Ning family has such a genius. After returning home, I will consider asking Grandpa to propose marriage to the Ning family. Another woman in the team who looked a little like the young man, also wearing a white robe, petite but with a heavy chest, let out a sneer. Brother, have you lost your mind? You are the 2nd-generation ancestor who has awakened a high-level professional druid. Do you really take the 2 words of genius in your family seriously? Compared to Ning Shui, aren't you pure trash? Can you kill a yellow sand beetle in 5 minutes? When the siblings said this, the other 2 in the team also laughed. These 4 are all adventurers from the Shangjing family. The siblings who are talking are 2 geniuses from the Chen family in Shangjing. Chen Shu and Chen Lu. And being heard by his old sister Chen Lu, Chen Shu also blushed. Our Chen family is well off. And I'm handsome too. Haha, you're half as handsome as Ning Shui's boyfriend. Chen Lu spoke again, and Chen Shu was also a little impatient. Why do you always hurt me? No matter how handsome he is, isn't he just a summoner? That's not a pure waste job. I can take out a yellow sand beetle in 5 minutes, what can he do? And Chen Shu said so, over there. Lin Yu also happened to move. Holding the short knife in his hand, he walked straight to a yellow sand beetle. Everyone also showed a look of surprise. How did he move? Brother Chen, this person didn't hear what you said and decided to prove himself, did he? Chen Shu was also surprised. Isn't this pure death? It's not enough, brother. However, after all, they are far away from Lin Yu. It is also impossible to stop Lin Yu. The rest of the adventurers who had been following the movements of Lin Yu and Ning Shui were also a little surprised. Most people thought that Lin Yu was just a gift. Some people even faintly gloated in their hearts. Haha, Ning Shui's boyfriend is not only a weakling, he seems like nothing. Damn, open the champagne. And beside Lin Yu, Ning Shui saw Lin Yu's actions. It didn't stop him either. Although from a common sense, it is impossible for Lin Yu, a summoner, to have the ability to spawn monsters independently. But Ning Shuier always vaguely felt that Lin Yu was not as simple as she imagined. He doesn't seem to be a person who can't understand his own strength. Among those extremely rare summoners with combat abilities, there are many who have awakened super powerful auxiliary summons, giving them a certain fighting power. But isn't his summoning object himself? When Ning Shuier thought of this, she couldn't help becoming curious. What kind of means will Lin Yu use to deal with these yellow sand beetles? Some of the other people present were also vaguely aware of this. Isn't this summoner actually quite strong? And under the gaze of the crowd, Lin Yu's actions are very simple and unpretentious. Due to the crowds here, Lin Yu did not choose to use sacred light and holy flame. After observing the yellow sand beetle, he is also very confident that he can solve these things. As for why, it's simple. The current Lin Yu has a terrifyingly high basic attribute. Originally, after enjoying the bonus of attribute sharing, his attack has reached 29. Many high-level occupations that are good at attack power usually have to reach this value after level 15. And Lin Yu was surprised to find that, attribute sharing, you can still enjoy the blessing of Almighty Halo. After upgrading Ning Shuier's attributes, she can also improve her own. Now Lin Yu's attack power has reached 37 points. The attack power of 37 points is already the level of many 20-level fighters. And this level of attack power hits the yellow sand beetle. Snapped. After one blow, the shell of the yellow sand beetle in front of Lin Yu split into 4s and 5s. It screamed and fell to the ground, not long. With a kick of the calf, he died immediately. Seeing this scene, Lin Yu also showed a gratified smile. Not bad, it can be done in seconds. Now, his efficiency of spawning monsters can almost be equal to that of Ning Shuier. Lin Yu's actions undoubtedly made everyone present dumbfounded. It doesn't matter if Ning Shuier clears the monster quickly, after all, she is a hidden profession, Angel of Light. Why is this? Summoner. Even for Ning Shuier, at least she has activated a skill, and it takes 2 swords to instantly kill one. But this Lin Yu, why is he just cutting it down normally, and one person can instantly kill one? Isn't this more powerful than Ning Shuier? How is this possible? Chen Shu was dumbfounded. Damn it, is he really a summoner? It can't be the Ning family's smoke bomb. Chen Lu also showed a surprised expression. The information should not be wrong, because he awakened in his own school. It is said that many people have seen it. Could it be the problem with the knife? Or, his summons are very powerful. Everyone present, some even forgot that they were still fighting because they were so shocked. The heavily armored warrior from before also opened his mouth wide, until he was slapped hard on the head by the yellow sand beetle next to him and made a dang sound before he came back to his senses. I wipe, it's too exaggerated. He covered his head and exclaimed. Although he is not from a big family, he is also a top genius in a well-known high school. He claims to have a lot of knowledge. But today Ning Shuier and Lin Yu have refreshed his cognition again and again. The one who was most shocked was none other than Ning Shuier. Others might still be able to guess whether Lin Yu hid his occupation. Or he is a rare leader among summoners. Or maybe his equipment is the best holy weapon. But Ning Shuier is very clear. Lin Yu is indeed a summoner. Moreover, it is impossible for the opponent's summons to give him bonuses. After all, his summoning object is himself. As for the equipment on his body and the dagger in his hand, those were even provided to him by himself. Nothing unusual at all. Therefore, Ning Shuier was completely confused. How did Lin Yu do it? However, Lin Yu didn't care about the eyes of the people around him. There are a lot of yellow sand beetles here, although Ning Shuier killed them quickly, but not so fast. There is absolutely room for him to shoot. He looked at the yellow sand beetles one by one. These huge and disgusting insects have changed in Lin Yu's eyes. From Lin Yu's point of view, these are all 500 experience points for walking in groups. Before the second yellow sand beetle rushed to Lin Yu had already rushed directly to the second yellow sand beetle. With high attribute bonuses, Lin Yu's speed has reached an astonishing 45 points. In just an instant, Lin Yu rushed in front of the yellow sand beetle. Before the other party could react, Lin Yu chopped it into 2 pieces with one knife. In front of his powerful attack, kill him instantly. The people present were once again shocked. Not only is the attack power high, but the speed is also terrifyingly fast. Even an assassin isn't that exaggerated. Even they have realized a somewhat scary fact. That is, as long as Lin Yu wanted to, this guy could even kill everyone present with one blow. Chen Shu's face changed slightly. He is a bullshit summoner. If this is a summoner, I will eat the yellow sand statue over there. This statement was also recognized by other adventurers. This performance is definitely not something a 10th level adventurer who has just awakened to a profession can do. It's even more impossible to be a trash professional summoner. Although Ning Shui said he was her boyfriend, isn't this the expert the Ning family specially hired to protect Ning Shui? Even, it may be specially trained for Ning Shui. This statement made the expressions of those present even more frightening. This seems to be the most appropriate statement. Many people have a thought. After going out, you have to tell your elders quickly. In this generation of the Ning family, there is not only Ning Shui, a monster-like genius. And in the few moments when everyone's thoughts were flowing, Lin Yu had already killed 3 more yellow sand beetles. Soon, Ning Shui also reacted, and then followed Lin Yu. And as Ning Shui, who has awakened the Angel of Light. The speed and efficiency were slightly worse than Lin Yu, who didn't use any skills. Under the joint efforts of the two of them, a large pile of yellow sand beetles was suddenly killed out of a vacancy. Even, the yellow sand beetle, which had no intelligence at first, seemed to be fearless of death. They're all starting to cringe. Obviously, they were killed by Lin Yu and Ning Shui. But even running around won't help. Because the speed of these beetles is far behind Lin Yu and Ning Shui. But for a while, the ground was full of corpses of yellow sand beetles. As for the levels of Lin Yu and Ning Shui, it has also been promoted successively. Ning Shui has reached level 11. And because Lin Yu's efficiency is higher than Ning Shui's, and he can share Ning Shui's experience points, he is almost at level 12. Moreover, his 2 skills, attribute sharing and almighty gain. They have also been upgraded to LV2. Attribute sharing, LV2, passive skill. You share the attributes of your summoned item, and get an attribute bonus equivalent to 60% of its attributes. Close black lens bracket. Almighty gain, LV2, active skill, no consumption, no cooling time. You can turn on a buff aura that gives your summons 40% bonuses to attack, defense, constitution, speed and spirit. Close black lens bracket. Seeing the improvement of his skills, Lin Yu is also very satisfied. Attribute sharing has become 60%, and the bonus of almighty gain has also become 40%. Although he has upgraded himself to 1 level, the panel attributes have not increased much. Every basic attribute has only increased by 2 to 3 points. But, can't stand Ning Shui's panel has improved so much. Attack. 33 plus 13. Open black lens bracket defense. 24 plus 10 close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket physique. 30 plus 12 close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket speed. 36 plus 14 close black lens bracket. Spirit. 24 plus 10. The advantage of Angel of Light as a hidden profession has been revealed without a doubt. Just looking at the basic panel attributes, Ning Shui's improvement can be described as terrifying. Even the least is a boost of 4 points. Coupled with Lin Yu's improved all attribute gain, Ning Shui's panel has reached a terrifying level. Therefore, Ning Shui was also very surprised when she saw the improvement of almighty gain. Lin Yu, have your skills been upgraded? Yes, the effect has become 40%. Lin Yu didn't hide himself. Ning Shui also showed a surprised expression again. It turned out to be 40%. Looking at the number of yellow sand beetles around, Lin Yu thought about it and made a suggestion. I think we can go to a more advanced place to level up. With the current strength of the two of them, they can definitely easily challenge monsters 5 or 6 levels higher than their own. Ning Shui nodded when she heard the words, and then showed some hesitation. So, why were you able to easily kill those yellow sand beetles in seconds? There is no doubt that Ning Shui is worried about Lin Yu's safety. Although Lin Yu showed enough fighting power against the yellow sand beetle. But if she wanted to go to a more advanced place, Ning Shui had to make sure that nothing would happen to Lin Yu. Lin Yu also understood what Ning Shui meant. He shrugged and showed Ning Shui his attribute panel. It's nothing, it's just that the attribute is extremely high. Open black lens bracket attack. 63 close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket defense. 56 close black lens bracket. Physique. 59. Open black lens bracket speed. 70 close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket spirit. 52 close black lens bracket. 60% comes from Ning Shui's attribute sharing after receiving Almighty Gain, and after enjoying a 40% bonus Almighty Gain. Let Lin Yu's panel come to the point of terror. At level 11, there are 63 points of attack power, and the speed is as high as 70 points. Even the weakest mental power has 52 points. Even if Lin Yu doesn't have any skills, this panel alone is scary enough. Level 11 has panels equivalent to more than 20 levels, and there are no short boards. Ning Shui has already begun to doubt life. Since Sacred Light and Holy Flame has not been upgraded, and she has not comprehended new skills. Ning Shui has no doubts. Now the fighting power of the two is undoubtedly stronger than Lin Yu. Moreover, it is much stronger. Even Ning Shui couldn't help being shaken in her heart now. I and Lin Yu, who is the hidden profession and who is the trash? Therefore, Ning Shui no longer hesitated. Continue to go down and go deep into the third underground floor of the Shacheng Underground Palace. May encounter monsters between level 15 and 20. Moreover, there will be earth elements that are rare, but may drop secret realm materials after being killed. As Ning Shui spoke, Lin Yu nodded slightly. Okay, then go to the third basement floor. Neither of the two realized. Unknowingly, with the strength displayed by Lin Yu, the dominance of the two has also changed. Ning Shui just now is equivalent to telling Lin Yu the information she knows, and letting Lin Yu make a judgment. After Lin Yu made a decision, the two also walked in the direction of leaving the hall. This move also made other leveling people in the hall a little puzzled. Strange, why didn't they kill them? Yeah, the yellow sand beetles around are not gone. Although everyone was somewhat worried just now, Lin Yu and Ning Shui will kill all the yellow sand beetles if they go on like this. But after they chose to leave. Instead, it made everyone a little puzzled. Obviously you can practice leveling here, why not practice? There are only a few people from the same top family, such as the brothers and sisters of the Chen family. Can vaguely guess the answer. These two people, shouldn't they be upgraded? That is to say, they are confident that they can kill even higher level monsters in seconds. Chen Shu's mentality has completely changed. These two people, no matter what they want to make friends with. After all, I came here to experience myself, and my family has also asked me to. Leveling is important, but it is also necessary to make more friends with newly awakened geniuses from other families. Thinking of this, Chen Shu unleashed his skill as a druid bear power, let out a low growl, and used his hands transformed into beast claws to finish off the yellow sand beetle of will that was fighting with him. Then, just as he was about to quickly catch up with the two of them, there was a loud noise coming from the entrance of the hall. Oh, isn't this Miss Ning and her good-for-nothing boyfriend? Just when Ning Shui and Lin Yu were about to leave this monster gathering place, the two were at the entrance, but they bumped into Bai Yuqing and her team head-on. It's not exactly a coincidence, either. After all, the best place for newcomers to level up in Shacheng Dungeon is here. Adventurers and teams with a little strength will choose to put the leveling location here. The strength of the Bai family is not bad, and Bai Yuqing's professional, arcane mage, is not slow in clearing monsters. So they naturally went straight to here. And after bumping into Ning Shui who wanted to leave. Naturally, Bai Yuqing couldn't help but sneer. Why, Ning Shui, even if it's an angel of holy light, wouldn't it be strange to bring a trash? It's better to go outside to practice leveling, this place is not suitable for you. Bai Yuqing said so. Ning Shui glanced at her. I just don't bother to talk to this guy. Lin Yu was also a little helpless. This Bai Yuqing either had a deep feud with Ning Shui, or, this woman is just a small-minded, red-eyed monster. Seeing that Lin Yu and Ning Shui didn't reply, Bai Yuqing also became more arrogant. Haha, I've left the two trash speechless, so get lost. As soon as Bai Yuqing finished speaking, Lin Yu hadn't said anything yet. Behind Lin Yu, came a somewhat authentic male voice. Hey, both of you, stay. Lin Yu turned his head and saw a handsome young man in a white robe with a strong figure and a hearty smile at himself and Ning Shuier. I am a student of the high school attached to Shengjing Adventurer University in Shengjing City, Chenshu. I am a druid by profession. This extraordinary temperament and extraordinary skill must be Miss Ning Shuier, who has awakened the Angel of Holy Light from Zhongcheng's Ning family. The one next to you. Lin Yu didn't feel disgusted by Chen Shu's greeting so familiarly. Lin Yu smiled and introduced himself to Chen Shu. Zhongcheng, Lin Yu, the summoner. Seeing the two talking, Ning Shuier took a step back. He looked as if he had handed everything over to Lin Yu, and remained silent. She was not good at socializing and being polite, and her temper was relatively cold. Especially this kind of family children who took the initiative to get acquainted, Ning Shuier has always been unable to deal with it. Now seeing that Lin Yu's social skills are not bad, she also had fun. After Lin Yu introduced himself, Chen Shu also showed a surprised expression. I'm going, is it really a summoner? After Chen Shu said that, Lin Yu nodded. The summoned objects are special, my basic panel is relatively high. Lin Yu said so modestly. But in the face of powerful strength, the more humble you are, the more people will think you are unfathomable. Sure enough, upon hearing Lin Yu's words, Chen Shu also gave a thumbs up. Niu X, if you don't mind, add a contact information, we will practice leveling together when we have time. Come to Shengjing, I'll treat you to Shengjing roast duck. Chen Shu's actions and conversations were quickly noticed by the people in other halls who were practicing leveling. They also quickly cleaned up the monsters in their hands. Come towards Lin Yu. Hello, Mr. Lin Yu, I'm Peng Chu from Hekung No. 1 Middle School. I'm a heavily armored fighter. If you don't mind, get to know me. I'm very confident in my ability to be a human shield. I am an elemental mage. No matter why Lin Yu is so powerful, but his ability to stab a yellow sand beetle just now is obvious to all. A strong man with no family background, a commoner background, and an unlimited future. He doesn't have a very domineering personality either. Everyone naturally wants to make friends. After all, many friends have many paths. Even, Lin Yu is still Ning Shuier's boyfriend. An angel of light with a hidden profession. A summoner who looks even more outrageous than the angel of light after just changing his profession. These two people must be one of the strongest people in their generation. Being friends with Lin Yu now is equivalent to making friends with Ning Shuier indirectly. No matter how you look at it, it is a steady profit. And Bai Yuqing looked at Lin Yu, who was suddenly hot. Also a little dumbfounded, although she was somewhat spoiled in the Bai family. But Bai Yuqing is not a fool. This summoner seems to have something special. Could it be that he is the summoner, the one in 1,000 who is not a waste? No, these people who enthusiastically want to make friends with Lin Yu. Each of them is the top genius of each major family. Let them rush to exchange contact information with Lin Yu. Lin Yu is definitely more than just, not trash. He should have shown extremely terrifying strength. What did this summoner do? Bai Yuqing muttered to herself. These words also happened to be heard by some adventurer outside who was waiting for his captain to chat with Lin Yu. Did you see that pile of yellow sand beetle corpses? That summoner finished the kill by himself, and it took about 10 minutes to finish the kill. He only used a short knife and no skills in the whole process. He killed it faster than Miss Ning's family. These two are too exaggerated. Because she didn't notice the friction between Bai Yuqing and Lin Yu and Ning Shuier before. So this adventurer answered very enthusiastically. And upon hearing this answer, Bai Yuqing's face also became extremely ugly. It turns out that Ning Shuier's boyfriend isn't trash at all. Moreover, being strong is a bit scary. No wonder the two of them acted like they didn't care when they were mocking. It turned out that the clown was herself. Lin Yu didn't pay too much attention to Bai Yuqing's psychological activities. He briefly communicated with these geniuses who came to make friends, and after adding some contact information, he also took Ning Shuier and went straight to the third basement floor. In order to improve the leveling efficiency as much as possible. The main reason is to secretly use Ning Shuier's Divine Light and Holy Flame to increase her leveling speed. Lin Yu proposed to split up with Ning Shuier temporarily. Ning Shuier didn't think too much. After seeing Lin Yu's strength, she also understood that Lin Yu could handle it by herself. The buffs provided by Linu are always there, and will not be invalidated because the distance between the two is too far. So she agreed to Linu's request. However, after arriving at the third basement level, the pressure from the surrounding monsters is still different. Although most of them are still yellow sand beetles, they are obviously bigger and their shells have become harder. The levels are generally around level 18. Sometimes you can see some Sand City guards around level 20. Most of the people who come here to level up are adventurers around level 20. After all, the Shacheng dungeon is a large-scale A-level secret realm suitable for leveling at all levels. So leveling here, even Ning Shuier. After confronting a yellow sand beetle, it is inevitable to attack 4 or 5 times before it can be dealt with. If you face the guards of Shengsha City, you will have to fight for a long time. However, because each monster provides more experience points, Ning Shuier's efficiency has been greatly improved. In less than half an hour, she was promoted to level 12 again. I made an appointment with Linu for 2 hours to meet up. It seems that by then, I should be able to reach level 15 or even level 16. It can be upgraded to another 4 levels in 2 hours. What an incredible leveling speed. Ning Shuier also felt a burst of comfort again. 40% gain of all attributes, plus 5 times the speed of experience points. His own leveling speed is simply amazing. For this leveling, I originally planned to upgrade to level 30 within half a month, which is the level to start the second career turn. Now it seems that it will not take half a month. Although, even if you go to the back, the more experience points you need to upgrade. But at the current speed, I am afraid that 2 or 3 days will be enough. Normal people want to upgrade from level 10 to level 20, it usually takes a month, or even several months to do it. It takes about half a year to reach level 30. Even for geniuses, most of them can only enter the level of the second rank after the awakening ceremony and enter the university college. And when Ning Shuier was delighted with her leveling speed. On the other side, Linu looked at the remains of Sand City guards and yellow sand beetles on the ground, and also showed some satisfaction. Well, not bad, already level 19. If it weren't for Ning Shuier's leveling speed being a little slower than I imagined, she might be at level 20 now. However, Linu also understood why Ning Shuier was slower than him. Not to mention the full attributes of my attribute panel, because of the cumulative calculation of the 2 bonuses of attribute sharing and almighty gain, my attributes are much higher than Ning Shuier. Divine Light and Holy Flame, after this skill is really used. Linu knew how suitable this skill was for him. Because Holy Light Angel is an all-round job, this core attack skill. It is blessed with spiritual power and attack power at the same time. And most importantly, Linu's efficiency in the initial leveling was not much. But after using the Holy Light and Holy Flame twice, the skill sharing has also been upgraded. Skill sharing LV2, passive skill. You can use one of your summon skills, and you can choose a skill to replace every day. At the same time, the consumption and cooling of the skills you share are reduced by 50%, and the effect is increased by 50%. Divine Light and Holy Flame was originally a continuous skill that was consumed continuously. After reducing the cost and cooldown by 50%, Linu can almost always turn on the Holy Light and Holy Flame. And this is equivalent to, Linu can spend the same consumption to release twice the effect of Sacred Light and Holy Flame. That is to say, his pirated copy of the Divine Light and Holy Flame is equivalent to 250% of the effect of Ning Shuier's original version. Even the much stronger yellow sand beetle is almost instant kill. Even if it is a Sand City guard, if you go down with 2 knives. It is also to directly chop these monsters that look like that into pieces. With the blessing of Divine Light and Holy Flame, Linu will naturally see anything that moves, as long as it is not other adventurers. Then go straight up and it will be a knife. Even a few yellow sand statues were hacked to death without his noticing. But the thing really doesn't give much experience, and Linu will be too lazy to cut it when he meets it later. This made the surrounding professionals see it, almost refreshing their cognition. If they hadn't confirmed that the profession displayed above Linu's head was a summoner, they would have thought it was a close-to-hand fighting profession. Linu's confidence doubled after chopping melons and vegetables for nearly an hour. But even if the consumption is very low, Linu still needs to rest after coming here for an hour. The topography of the third underground floor is more complicated, like a complex maze, with various ups and downs and broken walls. Lin Yu sat in a random place, quietly waiting for recovery. His physique points are also very high, so the recovery speed is not slow. After resting for about 10 minutes, my physical strength and energy returned to their peak. During this period of time, Ning also gained some of the experience points shared by killing monsters. But compared to myself, the efficiency is outrageously low. It made Lin Yu a little helpless. Of course, if Ning knows this, she must have felt extremely wronged. Because her upgrade efficiency is almost exaggerated. After all, she is fighting at 4 or 5 levels leapfrogging. But compared with Lin Yu, there is still a gap. Have no choice. Lin Yu's spawning speed is too monstrous, not human at all. After Lin Yu finished resting, I am going to find some yellow sand beetles or sand city guards to kill. Although the lower you go, the density of monsters is also greater. But Lin Yu went up to level 8 in just 1 hour. Even with Ning experience bonus, his spawning speed is also very exaggerated. The monsters in the area around Lin Yu were killed for a while, and it was a bit empty. After walking for more than 10 minutes in a row, I didn't see any monsters. For ordinary people, a delay of more than 10 minutes may mean a delay of less than 1 monster. But for Lin Yu, in these 10 minutes, he could kill 5 or 6 monsters. So, Lin Yu thought about it and made a decision. We still have to get closer to the core area of this floor. The closer to the core area, the greater the density and level of monsters. Although the third underground floor is made up of many zigzag walkways, broken walls and insurmountable ravines. However, Lin Yu was still able to identify the direction to go deep. After identifying a direction and moving in, not long after, Lin Yu saw some changes in the area ahead. The originally dilapidated walls gradually became complete. At the same time, he also saw many wandering monsters again. Larger yellow sand beetles and sand city guards wandered there. Among them, there is also a brand new monster mixed in. Lin Yu looked intently. The monster was a khaki humanoid monster about 2 people tall. On its head, there are spine-shaped protrusions, and 2 huge arms almost hang down to the ground, with hammer-like fists attached to the ends. On the contrary, its lower limbs are short and funny, with 2 stubby khaki legs supporting its huge body. Other than that, there are no other details on the monster's body. There are only 2 sunken holes in the face, which seem to be its eyes. Although Ning is not around, but Lin Yu can also recognize it. I'm afraid it's the earth element of this layer. It was also the first time for Lin Yu to feel a certain, dangerous, aura from a monster. The oppressive power that this monster brought to him was far stronger than those monsters before. However, opportunities also mean challenges. What's more, the monsters before were all the ones who were instantly killed. For Lin Yu, it was not a difficult feeling to deal with. So compared to the very strong monsters before, Lin Yu also didn't feel that he had no chance to defeat it. I don't know how much experience this guy is worth. Lin Yu was thinking, and also holding a short knife, he walked straight to the direction of the earth element. And this guy who doesn't look easy to mess with. There are no other monsters around for several meters. Obviously, whether it is a sand city guard or a yellow sand beetle. They are very afraid of the existence of the earth element. As Lin Yu approached, the earth element also sensed that there were human adventurers approaching him. As element life, the earth element has a certain spiritual wisdom. It has dominated this area for a long time. No one has ever dared to challenge its authority. Therefore, Lin Yu's mere act of getting close to it has already angered it. Sand. The earth element turned to Lin Yu's direction. The 2 holes were facing Lin Yu. Then, it stretched its short legs and charged towards Lin Yu. Although the legs are short, resulting in its slow speed. But this charge has an unstoppable momentum. Boom, boom. Every step on the ground makes people feel the ground tremble slightly. At the same time, those hammer-like fists were also raised during the running process. Lin Yu saw the choice of the earth element and did not choose to escape. Just in time, he also raised the dagger in his hand, and charged in the direction of the earth element. Then, when Lin Yu and the earth element were less than 2 meters apart. Boom. The first to do it is the earth element. Its arms are far longer than Linu, so it was natural to slam it in Linu's direction. Although the earth element seems clumsy, but its attack range is huge. Not to mention the length of the arm, and even if the heavy hammer didn't hit the person, it hit the floor. The shock wave caused is enough to stun people. However, Lin Yu was prepared. As a top student in Zhongcheng No. 1 middle school, Lin Yu's combat theory class has always been good. He can guess what kind of attack mode different monsters will adopt just by looking at their shape and type. From the very beginning, Lin Yu saw through the attack characteristics of the earth element. Before the heavy hammer of the earth element fell, Lin Yu also jumped high, and then, in the middle of the sky, the sacred flame of the divine light was turned on, and the flame was ignited on the long knife. Lin Yu slashed on the head of the earth element with a knife, splitting the tall head of the earth element in half. The pale flame burned instantly on the body of the earth element made of clods. Sand. The earth element trembled all over, and made the sound of rubbing gravel and soil, like a mournful cry. Obviously, the earth element was seriously injured by Lin Yu. Sand. The wounded earth elemental screamed. This special mourning sound quickly spread in the maze. Many nearby adventurers heard the sound and showed awe-inspiring expressions. This voice is the earth element. Someone encountered an earth element. It actually fought against the earth element. I don't know which adventurer team it is. Listen to this movement. This earth elemental is not small. An uncle with a beard and his two team members, one fat and one thin, who were also uncles, were in the core area of the third basement floor of the underground palace in the Sand City, methodically cleaning up the Sand City guards here. They are all very experienced adventurers, and the team configuration is also a classic combination of front row tank fighters, legal output, and priest assistants. When I came to the dungeon of Sand City, while leveling, I also came here to collect materials such as Sand City badges to complete the tasks of the trade union. At this moment, the three of them exchanged glances and made a judgment. Go and have a look. Although the main target is the Sand Castle guards, but Earth Element is a rare monster, it can be said that it is full of treasures, no one wants too much. What's more, such a big Earth Element is not enough for a team to eat. If you go to help and share a piece of the pie, the other party will be happy and relaxed. The uncles made a judgment and rushed in that direction immediately. Because of the frequent tasks of the Earth Palace, they also quickly found the location of the sound. Then I saw the scene in front of me. They were shocked. There is indeed a huge Earth Elemental in front of him, nearly as tall as two people. However, it is not a small team fighting with the Earth Element, but only a young man wearing a black adventurer costume. He held a dagger in his hand, with a look of ease. And the earth element, with burning flames and broken knife marks all over his body, is obviously at the end of his battle. There's only one person. The bearded uncle showed a shocked look. And this kid doesn't seem to need his help at all. Every time the earth element raised his fist, he would directly dodge it. And as long as he raised the knife and dropped it, a shocking huge wound would be opened on the earth element's body. How fast is this kid? Is he a ranger? How can a ranger have such a high attack power? The uncle team was shocked. The most important thing is that this kid didn't use any other skills at all except the blue flame on the knife. This also proves that his own attributes are extremely high and terrifying. Soon, the earth elemental staggered and fell to the ground. The whole process took less than 10 minutes. Lin Yu looked at the fallen earth element with a satisfied smile. The large earth element LV-28 has been killed. Close black lens bracket. It turned out to be level 28, which is 9 levels higher than mine. No wonder the blood is so thick. And it's not just an ordinary earth element, it's a more tricky large earth element. Lin Yu felt a little strange when he chopped his head with a knife just now, but it didn't fall down directly. It's just not normal. The earth element was stunned and he had to chop more than 10 knives before he was killed. But, correspondingly, the reward for leapfrog killing is also very generous. Acquire 120,000 experience points. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You have reached level 20. Close black lens bracket. Drop props. Earth heart fragments. A total of 120,000 experience points. It was directly promoted to level 20. It even dropped special props prompted by the system. The general monster material drop will not let the system prompt at all. For example, Sand City Badge, Yellow Sand Beetle Shell, etc. This common tool. There will be a prompt only when you pick it up. Only very rare props will let the system send out prompts directly. Linu stepped forward. On the corpse of the large earth elemental, near the center, there is an irregular crystal fragment shining with a khaki yellow light. This is the earth heart fragment prompted by the system. Linu put it away. However, he was not in a hurry to check this earth heart fragment. Instead, he checked his skill panel first. After this period of training, level up to level 20. The skills have also improved a lot. Attribute sharing LV5 passive skill. You share the attributes of your summoned item, and get an attribute bonus equivalent to 100% of its attributes. Close black lens bracket. Skill sharing LV3 passive skill. You can use one of your summoned skills, and you can choose a skill to replace every day. At the same time, the consumption and cooling of the skills you share are reduced by 60%, and the effect is increased by 60%. Almighty Gain LV5 active skill, no consumption, no cooling time. You can turn on a buff aura that gives your summons 100% bonuses to attack, defense, stamina, speed and spirit. Close black lens bracket. Experience multiplier LV2 passive skill. You and your summons get *10 experience points. And when your summoned objects gain experience points, you will get the same amount of experience points. Close black lens bracket. The current Linu, due to the improvement of attribute sharing, Almighty Gain, and skill sharing, the fighting power has also soared to a terrifying level. Even the experience doubled. When it reached level 20, it was promoted to LV2. Directly turned into 10 times experience. And now Linu's attribute panel is already a bit exaggerated. Open black lens bracket attack. 150 close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket defense. 130 close black lens bracket. Physique. 150. Open black lens bracket speed. 170 close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket spirit. 180 close black lens bracket. All panels over 100, even excluding defense, are basically close to over 150. Speed and spirit are even closer to 200. With such an exaggerated attribute value, even many second rank jobs can't reach this level. On the other side, Ning, who was diligently killing monsters, it also suddenly felt that his strength and speed had suddenly increased a lot. Open your properties panel to have a look. In my own attribute panel, every skill has been doubled. What the hell? Every attribute of my panel is around 70. This made Ning a little dumbfounded. What's happening here? But after thinking about it carefully, she also understood. Most likely Linu's Almighty Gain skill has been upgraded again. Has the improvement reached 100%? The effect of upgrading this skill by 20% is too outrageous. Even Ning couldn't help shaking her hands at this time. If others know, Linu can increase his attributes by 100%. I'm afraid, I will be stunned. Skills that directly double the attributes must pay a huge price. No, even after paying the price, it is impossible to double all attributes. The Berserker's skill, Last Stand, means sacrificing one's vitality in exchange for doubling one's attack and speed. But after using this trick, the Berserker is basically equal to Karma, if there is no large amount of life potion to quickly replenish the vitality. Probably died on the spot. Even if it is replenished, it will lose 10 years of life. Therefore, Ning already had some doubts. Linu is also discounting his life to develop skills for himself. Otherwise, summoner isn't even a high-level profession, it's just an ordinary profession. How can there be such a good thing? However, Ning had read Linu's skill description before. His buff skills are really worthless. This also made Ning messy again. Is he a hidden profession, or is he a hidden profession? But Ning soon stopped being entangled. Anyway, this is also a good thing for myself. Let's keep leveling up. And on Linu's side, after checking the upgrade status of the skills, he was also pleasantly surprised to find that I awakened a new skill. Phantom Clone LV1. You can create a phantom clone of your summoned object to fight for you, and the phantom inherits 50% of the summoned object's full attributes. The phantom clone takes 200% damage, lasts for 1 hour, and has a cooldown of 3 hours. Close black lens bracket. Phantom clone. Although Ning Xue's main body's combat power may not be as good as her own. But after all, Angel of Light will be very powerful when he has more skills in the later stage. Moreover, it is always good to have one more combat power, and it will also give yourself more tactical choices. The most important thing is, now I can show my summoned object. It is also very helpful for concealing the relationship between himself and Ning Xue. Although this skill does not greatly improve the combat effectiveness, Linu is very satisfied with its strategic value. Especially after trying to summon it, the appearance of this phantom is a phantom that looks like an angel, and it does not have a very clear appearance. This also made Linu heave a sigh of relief. After all, if a thing exactly like Ning Xue is summoned, that's even more troublesome. And after viewing your new attribute panel and experimenting with new skills, Linu looked around. He noticed just now that 3 uncle adventurers rushed over, as if they wanted to help. And this time, those 3 uncles haven't left yet. However, although these 3 people are around level 20, they are all ordinary occupations. Naturally, Linu was not worried that the other party would be unfavorable to him. It is also level 20, even if he is an ordinary class. But the attribute panel alone has crushed them too much. For those of them, the highest attribute may be around 50 points. If he really used his hands, Linu would be able to solve everything with just a few casual swings. So, when Linu looked at the unshaven leader, he showed a friendly smile. Senior, are you here for the secret realm of the earth element? The uncle said respectfully. Linu was stunned when he heard the other party's words. Then he laughed helplessly. He was actually regarded as a senior. It seems that it is a bit too exaggerated to brush a large earth element alone. However, Linu didn't bother to explain, since he was wearing a mask anyway. If the other party misunderstands, it will be misunderstood. If I insist that I am actually only level 20, or even a person who has just awakened to a profession, I'm afraid the other party won't believe it either. He shook his head and said, I don't know what the earth element's secret realm is. I practiced here. Oh, I understand. Practice a new skill level. The bearded uncle also made up his mind, showing a dazed expression. No wonder, it seems that you don't come to Shacheng Dungeon often, do you? Linu nodded without further explanation. He also wants to know what the earth element's secret realm is. Sure enough, seeing Linu's actions, the bearded uncle also took the initiative to explain to him. The earth element's secret realm is a small secret realm hidden in the top 10 secret realms of the Shacheng Underground Palace, which is also the secret realm among the legendary secret realms. It is said that if you kill an earth element, there is a chance that you will drop a fragment of the heart of the earth element. And the fragment of the heart of the earth element can guide people to the secret realm of the earth element. Every once in a while, about 3 to 5 years, there will be lucky people who can enter the secret realm of the earth element and get rich rewards. Speaking of this, the bearded uncle also showed a silly smile. Of course, with my strength, it is impossible to survive even if I go in. However, senior, if you harvest something in it and want to sell it, you can come to me. My name is Zhu Zhigao. I work in Shacheng all year round and do tasks. There are also many channels for selling resources related to the secret realm of Shacheng. The price is absolutely fair. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.